everyone today. We're super excited to have a guest with us who is I just say across 5,000 miles, I believe, and I am just super excited to have her today. And so I know it's much later where she lives, so I just want to say thank you ahead of time. And before I have her join us, I just want to say thank you again for joining us today at René Paris. Today I am super excited. I have the honor of bringing light to so many wonderful guests, and today this is really close to my heart because this is something that I experienced myself. I'm gonna let her share with you her own, from her perspective and from her journey, and then a little bit later I'll share something. It's taken me a long time to even share this about myself. I know I've shared little snippets. However, at the end, before I close, I'll let you know why. Hi there.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you. I am great. Thank you for joining us. I know it's a lot later where you live, and so
It's definitely a little later, but that's okay. I'm happy to be here.
Wonderful. So I was sharing that you have truly inspired me. I never have really shared much about my story. I know I've shared that, you know, when I did lose my hair, it was very, very difficult. It was many, many years ago when we didn't have all the options that we have today and all the support systems, you know, like now we have all these communities, we have all these platforms. So I just want to say thank you so much for being brave and courageous and sharing what you're going to share today, because you will help someone today, tomorrow, in years to come, because we're going to post this to our IG stories. And awesome. I just know personally, I have so many people just last week that came to me, and they always look for inspiration because, like I said, I pretty much did what you did. But I wasn't as courageous back then to share my story. And so I just know you will help so many. So without further ado, let's have you get into your personal story, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And then go from there.
My name is Sarah, and my kind of hair loss journey started very young. I was probably when I hit puberty that I noticed that my hair started to thin. And, you know, back then I used to bleach my hair. My mom was always on me about like not eating a proper diet, you know, so it was all like, if you fix these things, your hair will go back to what it was. And it, you know, it didn't. I went through, you know, periods of shedding and regrowth and shedding and regrowth. And so I went to my doctor in probably my late teens, and he diagnosed me with telogen alluvium. And so they said it was chronic. It was something that was just going to keep happening, and there's not really anything that you can do about it. So I tried all of the foams and the creams and the, you know, different shampoos, but nothing really worked. And then I lived with hair loss for most of my kind of teens and early 20s, you know, just using different powders and hats and things to cover it up. But it was something that really, you know, affected me emotionally. I had, you know, really bad self-esteem about it. I remember showering as quickly as possible. I didn't want to see any hairs going, you know, down the drain. It would just, I would get this like pit in the, you know, this pit in my stomach anytime I would think about it. But, you know, I just made do. And then I started my weight loss journey. So I knew having TE that it was going to kick in, because when you lose 170 pounds, even 100 pounds, that's just gonna, right? It's part of the process. And so it did kick in, and, you know, I lost some hair, and it did start to grow back. And like it usually does, like I'll just get these little baby hairs that never really grow any farther than that. And so about 2 years into my weight loss journey, I had a major shed. Like it was very noticeable, not even so much just thinning, but like an actual, you know, bald spot in the back of my head. So I went to my doctor, and they diagnosed me with androgenic alopecia and said that my follicles were miniaturized and that this is probably permanent, and You know, it's maybe hereditary, could be linked to hormones, maybe autoimmune, but it is, you know, something that I had to deal with. So at this point, you know, I felt like I wasn't able to hide it anymore. And it was exhausting mentally and emotionally. I felt self-conscious about it. You know, if someone would mention, oh gosh, your ponytail is so tiny, it would destroy me. You know, I mean, things like that would just really upset me for days. And I already had this pretty active Instagram account with weight loss. I was sharing so much, you know, and I thought, if I'm going to go down this route of, you know, alternative hair, I'm just going to put it out there and I'm going to have freedom in it. Because I'll tell you, my dad has, you know, lost all his hair when he was 17 years old. And my dad wore a hairpiece. And my dad actually worked for a company that made custom hairpieces for men. And wow. I saw my dad with his hairpiece. It was such a thing of shame for him. He hid it. He never told anyone. No one knew. He would spend hours in the basement doing his hair in the mirror. And I just thought, like, if I'm going to go down this route, it's not going to be that for me. Like, I'm not going to live with shame. And I mean, that being said, it's a journey and it took me time to get there. My very first topper I bought, I put it on my head, I put it in a box, and I did not look at it again for 6 months. It terrified me. I didn't, you know, not even the hair, just the idea of wearing that out and having people know that it's not mine. What are they going to think? What are they going to say? It was really, really scary. But, you know, slowly I built my confidence, and, you know, now I'm at the point where I have fun with it. You know, everybody knows. I don't really care if they do or not. I mean, some people will come up and ask me. Some people don't, and it's okay. I'm happy to talk about it because I want to help someone who is like me, who has that pit in their stomach and feels like there's absolutely nothing that they can do, that they're stuck in some sort of, you know, lot in life that's not good, you know? So I want to help. And so putting that out there, that was my main drive before, you know, I wanted the freedom for myself to have fun with it, to explore different things. I've never had great hair, ever. So, you know, now I can have the best hair. I can change it up. I can do all these fun things, and it's just become a joy.
Yes, that is just absolutely wonderful. And I know what you're saying the fact that your dad worked at a you know, where you were exposed to it. So
yeah.
You were around it and and so did I. And that's the crazy thing. Like, I grew up in this business. I've worked around wigs since I was 3 years old. And even then, like, when I lost my hair because of weight loss, I just felt like defeated. I mean, I worked so hard to try to get my health back where it needed to be. And then now I have no hair.
Exactly.
So
I didn't ever feel dressed up. I never felt put together. You know, I felt like you can put on the nicest outfit, you can feel so confident, but when you look in the mirror and it's just scraggles, how, you know, for me, I mean, I want to, you know, now I've even developed, you know, working on loving myself the way I am, you know, naturally as well. But when you're in the middle of that, you know, hair loss, it's so hard to wrap your head around it. And I just never felt put together. And, you know, it's been opened up a whole new world for me. So.
Yes. And it's wonderful that you're at the point where, and I know it's easier said than done, and we're beautiful both ways, without hair or with hair. Mm-hmm. However, for you to get to that point, you know, like, there's so many different circumstances that bring us to maybe choosing to wear a wig. And it's not so much, you know, if, like, I've heard Abby, my social sister, I call her, I've heard her say, it's not so much when people ask, is your hair going to grow back? It's not even the prognosis, or you're dealing with so much already. And just the fact that you can embrace wearing a wig, if you choose to wear a wig, it's not even about the wig. It's about the quality of life and where you're at. And I want to live my life. Yeah. You've worked so hard to get to where you're at, no matter what the circumstance is, and you're already dealing with your circumstance, and you just want to feel better. And it's just wonderful. I just can't tell you. I've been asked to share for so many years, and honestly, the reason I haven't is because I don't have photos of then. I didn't want them. Yeah, I don't have, like, to show before and after. And for now that we have all these platforms, I just think it's so wonderful because so many women suffer from hair loss due to weight loss.
For sure. It's definitely part of the process. You know, you can't go through such a huge, massive change without, you know, it affecting, you know, something. So, and I mean, you know, with weight loss, there's all sorts of things, loose skin, hair loss, you know, it's all kinds of things that you have to kind of get your head around. But you know, I've found such support here on Instagram, the hair loss community, the weight loss community. You know, I've just, in both instances, put everything out there and just been embraced. And like, I've learned so much about, you know, hair loss, and there's so many different women coming from different places who, you know, have different experiences. And it's just been amazing to learn. I'm still learning about it all the time. And it's just been really, really great to have the support of all these amazing women. So.
Yes, wonderful. So tell me a little bit about your experience with alternative hair. Is your preference?
Yeah. My very first topper was an HD synthetic. I never put a tool to it because I didn't know how to, and you know, I wore it and enjoyed it. I've had a few human hair toppers, which, you know, are beautiful, but definitely a little more maintenance than, you know, than synthetic. I don't say that I necessarily have a preference. I do think that because I never had great hair, I don't have a lot of skills when it comes to styling human hair. You know, like I don't even own a curling iron, or like I had to go buy a flat iron because I didn't own one, right? What am I going to flat iron? I don't have anything. So, you know, and, you know, I love, you know, with toppers specifically, like the simplicity of just throwing, you know, it on your head. If it rains, it doesn't matter. You wash it, you shake it, go. It just looks amazing always, you know. So I like both, but I think that for my skill set, synthetic is probably my pick because, you know, I struggle with knowing how to style them. So
wonderful. Okay, so I know that we sent you a couple of fabulous pieces. Have you had a chance to look at those?
I did. I pulled them out. I've tried them on, and I'm super excited. They're both beautiful. I don't know which I should try them on for you. I don't know which one I should try on first, but
oh, that's wonderful. You try whichever one you want to try on first.
Okay, so maybe I'll do the topper first because then I can put my hair up or put my hair back. So when I wear a topper, I have to put a little bit of fiber in the front of my hair. My hair is very sparse in here. So when I put a topper on, I literally brush down my little bangs, I like to call them. And so this topper is the Noriko Milan, and I got the color Almond Spice, which actually matches my hair perfectly.
Beautiful color.
It's beautiful, and it's really the perfect color for me. So so what I usually do is I'm kind of low here. Sorry, hold on. I unclip all the clips. I don't know if I'll have this perfect. I haven't really played around with the partings or anything, so I'm not sure how well it's going to blend, but I will put it on. So this reminds me of like Jennifer Aniston hair. I love it. It's like, you know, the like face framing.
Yes. Yes.
I have been looking, this is one of the toppers that I was originally looking at when I wanted to get a topper. I was looking at, you know, there's a handful of kind of full coverage toppers on the market. And because I have a lot of loss in the back, I really need, you know, something with a little more coverage. So then I just pull my own hair out in the front. Sorry, I gotta move this up a bit. And, you know, toppers take a little adjusting, but yeah, so.
Yes, so the piece that Sarah's trying on is a monofilament. It's a beautiful piece. It's like 8.5 by 9, which is a wonderful size.
It is.
That's about the size I wear because I do have more hair loss here and then a spot back here. So that's just a wonderful piece, and it's not gonna be so much density that it's uncomfortable because I know
it's super light. Feels great.
Yes.
Really soft,
and it allows that that versatility on the top here to be able to part on the side, right, left, or middle.
Yeah, it's
beautiful color.
The color is gorgeous. It's got like these kind of lighter highlights in the front, like a money piece. I love it.
Yes.
Yes, so
And
I love it.
And then with synthetic, I'm sure you're familiar with this, but I just want to mention in the event that someone has joined that isn't, but with synthetic, you can always use your regular hair accessories, clips, headbands, any type of little clip.
I actually brought a headband.
They don't have to be special clips. You know, I get that question all the time. Do they have to be specially made for wigs? They don't. The one thing that you do have to be very careful of, and as we were talking earlier, is just you want to be careful not to use any kind of heat. I know you mentioned HD, but these pieces are synthetic. They're not heat defiant, heat friendly, so you definitely don't want it. But that's the beauty of it. You shouldn't have to. So, I mean, I know there's some days that we do want to mess with hair, and then some days we don't. So this is the beauty of alternative ready to wear. You don't have to be messing with it.
Exactly. It's easy peasy. I just threw a headband. Super cute.
Yeah. Oops. Okay. Wonderful. And you can pull that back in a ponytail because I know you like wearing a ponytail.
Having something, the reason I love toppers so much is because I need to be able to tuck behind my ears. So that's really important to me. And, you know, so you can get it in a ponytail. This is my hair here on the side. If you get the right color, it blends really well. And yeah, it looks great. And it's so soft. It's like, I love when you get a synthetic and it's brand new and it like, you can't believe that it's not, you know, that it's in the synthetic. It's just the fibers are really soft and beautiful.
Yes.
Just had your hair done at the salon. I love it.
Yeah. And that, as you were sharing, like you shared earlier, it's going to be wonderful as you continue your building your collection to be able to just choose the hair. Yeah. And that's you can dream it up in your mind and then just go get it. That's what's wonderful about alternative hair. Okay, so let's see your second selection.
Okay, so I will take this off. This one is got such a nice big base on it. I love it. All right. So I will put on this next one. So this one is so much fun for me. I've always wanted to have like a fringe, and I've always I've never had enough hair to have my own fringe. And my mom has this amazing like coppery red hair, and I've always loved it. And so when you guys offered to send me some different hair, I was like, I'm going to go for something that's totally different than what I would normally choose, right? So this, the Milan and Almond Spice, that's totally my comfort zone. That's normally what I would go for. Sorry, but this one is totally out of my comfort zone, but I kind of love it. So it's such a beautiful color. So this is Tatum, and it's in the color Spice, and it's so pretty. So we'll see.
Okay, so what was that color again? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. So it's Tatum in Irish Spice. So it's a beautiful, like really dimensional coppery color. It's got like blonde, a little bit of blonde in it. It's got some darker reds and some lighter reds. I just love it. So,
that is a beautiful color.
One sec. And like, I've never had a bang before, so I'm not really sure how to work it, but I'm going to have fun with it. So
that also is a mono top, so that's going to give you the versatility to be able to work with your bang. If you want to wear it to the side, sometimes for a couple days, like when I'm wearing it, like if I'm going to be at home, I kind of just clip it to the side.
Right, just kind of train it, right?
Just kind of train it without having to trim it. You can trim them, however, you may like the length of the bang, you know.
Yeah.
And be able to kind of.
I have a really big forehead, so I didn't think I would have to trim the bangs, but I might. Anyway, it is super cute. I love the color. Yes. It's so much fun, and I feel like it's super cute. I love it. So. I feel
Beautiful.
I know.
So how does the cap feel to you?
This cap, so I find that René caps fit me so perfectly. I know this one is Amore, but all of the caps, any wig that I've tried from any of the brands seem to fit me perfectly. So I have the René Savannah, and it is my most comfortable wig, and this cap fits perfect. Like, I couldn't pick a better size. It's perfect for me. Sorry, someone saying they can't see
Yes, and those the Amore pieces. So if anyone has joined that is not familiar with the different collections, Amore is a beautiful line. It's affordable luxury is like that's what I like to call it. They're beautiful pieces, handcrafted very well. They have adjustments, and it would be what I would say would be close to a medical type wig without having to have it custom done. It's a beautiful piece.
Really comfortable, really like fine denier. Like, it feels really real, and I can't get over how like natural the parting is. It's like, it just looks like your own hair. It's awesome.
Wonderful. So again, this piece that Sarah's wearing is also synthetic, so the maintenance would be the same. That looks beautiful. I'm sorry, the picture was a little blurry, so I know that we have a couple people. I'm sorry about that. Sometimes that just happens depending on yeah. Yes, and again, I can't thank you enough, Sarah, for what you've shared and the people that you will inspire today. It's just wonderful to see you at a place where you are comfortable with looking at different pieces and choosing hair that you just probably would have never chosen before.
Yeah,
so
I love it.
Absolutely wonderful that you're there. It took me much longer to do that, and so I'm super proud.
Such fun. You always have them so beautifully styled, and you just have like I look up to you how well you just pull off any color, any style. You just you slay it. So
thank you so much. So is there anything else you would like to share with us before we sign off?
No, I mean, I think that, if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I'm also happy if you want to come into send me a private message, I'm happy to, talk about it there too. I know it's
wonderful.
Not a public thing, but yeah, I'm happy to share, and I hope that I can inspire someone to, to step out of their comfort zone and try something, So you don't have to feel bad.
Yes, most definitely. Tag anyone that you know that it would help, because I know that we all know someone that this story will help. I know just myself 3 people that got a hold of me last week, and I just can't tell you. I'm going to use you as well to inspire them. And again, Sarah, I thank you for being so courageous and brave, because I know it's not easy. Congratulations on your accomplishment, because I know that for myself it was one of the hardest things I ever did.
Well, thank you for the beautiful wigs and, the beautiful hair. I can't wait to wear them out. And thank you for having me tonight.
You're welcome. We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so before I sign off, I just wanted to remind you, if you are not familiar with René Paris, if this is the first time that you've joined us, please remember to go to reneparis.com so that you can see all the different collections. There's just so many beautiful collections that are available, and please remember to subscribe, follow, hit the notification button so you'll always know when we're going live. If you'd like to follow me on my personal Instagram, it's at Texas Wig Fairy. And please remember my social family, Abby and Alexander, their information is always at René Paris as well. And I'm sorry, it was our picture was a little bit blurry, but for those of you that joined on a little bit later, we met Sarah. She came to us and shared her story about her hair loss and how she came to Wigs. She lost her hair after working really, really hard to lose over 100 pounds. So I encourage you to follow her on her channel, especially if you know someone who's there. who needs that support system, because I just want to say for myself back then, and it's been a really long time for me. It's been over 15 years, but I'm very thankful that I've been able to get back to health, and hair is something that I can purchase. So, and I encourage you to, like I said, make sure you hit the notification button, because we have so many exciting interviews coming up and so many different things that we have planned for the rest of the year. And I can't tell you, it's all inspiring. And no matter what the circumstance is, I always say we are here to educate and make it easier for you, to help you with the quality of life, no matter what the circumstance is. So again, I want to thank you for being with us this afternoon. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Stay safe. And I always say, live big in your ROP wig. See you soon.